What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so former President Donald Trump, who of course is this year's GOP, the presumptive GOP presidential nominee. He hasn't formally been nominated at the convention, but unless something happens drastic, he will be the 2024 presidential nominee. Well, he announced yesterday that he has decided upon who his vice presidential running mate will be, although he did not give an answer to who that person is. Now, on Thursday, there will be the first presidential debate. This is the first time that we've ever seen a presidential debate during the summer. Usually these debates are held in the fall. Also, this is not what you would call a debate done by those who run basically who usually are in charge of these things, the formal committee that has the set of rules, etc., etc. This is a debate that's been agreed upon by both Joe Biden and Donald Trump, or Biden's camp and Trump's camp. So that will be Thursday. Now, from what I understand, and someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've read. Maybe there's been an update to this. After Thursday's debate, I'm going to assume that debate is in the primetime hours. On Friday, Trump will be headed to Virginia for a campaign rally, where he will be appearing with none other than Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Now, it was back in 2021 that Glenn Youngkin defeated former Governor Terry McAuliffe for the gubernatorial seat. He became the first Republican to win that office since Bob McDonnell won the governorship back in 2009. I'm starting to think, and I'm seeing some articles saying this too, that Trump may pick Glenn Youngkin to run as his vice presidential nominee. Now, if you had asked me whether he would do this 2 years ago, I would have said, I don't see that happening. Because Virginia had, for the most part, since the election of 2008 of Barack Obama, been on the presidential level a leaning Democratic state. It's voted for Barack Obama both times in 2008 and 2012, Hillary Clinton in 2016, and they voted for Joe Biden by over 10 points back in 2020. But polls show Donald Trump very competitive this year in Virginia. And what I'm thinking is going to happen is Glenn Youngkin, who's the governor, and there's a Republican who, if you remember when Glenn Youngkin ran in 2021, he was one of the few Republicans who was able to take enough of Trump's popular talking points or popular messages without the toxicity. And still he was able to have enough of an appeal to peel off some independents and some Democrats to score a narrow victory over Terry McAuliffe. He ran a magnificent general election campaign against Terry McAuliffe. I remember Terry McAuliffe had all these heavyweights coming. I think Obama came to Virginia. Kamala Harris came to Virginia, all for naught. He lost. I predicted that that Youngkin was going to win. Up until about 3 weeks before the election, I thought Terry McAuliffe would pull it off, but I could sense a shift in momentum to Glenn Youngkin, and he ultimately won by, I think, about 1 or 2 points. But anyway, I think what Trump is going to do is he's going to run with Glenn Youngkin, who he thinks may have some appeal with some disaffected Democrats, definitely independents. Plus, Glenn Youngkin, in what could be a close presidential race, could flip Virginia's 13 electoral votes to the Republican. like I said, I don't know whether that's now. The thing about it is, Glenn Youngkin has never showed up on any of the short lists, but sometimes the list that they put out doesn't have everybody on there. I mean, for instance, look. Now, of course, McCain was in a different situation. McCain was running a campaign that was running flat, and he needed some type of oomph. But nobody saw Sarah Palin coming in 2008. And I was a little bit shocked that Hillary Clinton picked Tim Kaine back in 2016, who, of course, is also a former Virginia governor. Now, it didn't work in that election. Then again, Tim Kaine had a terrible vice presidential debate against Mike Pence that year, too. But, you know, can Glenn Youngkin add something to the ticket? Perhaps. If he does pick Youngkin, I would still be a little shocked because I would have thought there had been some pressure for Donald Trump to pick either someone of color or a woman. And he still may do that. But it is just interesting. It's just interesting that he said that he has made a decision on who his running mate is, and then it's scheduled that he's going to have a campaign rally in Virginia, and Glenn Youngkin's going to be there. So that could indicate, possibly, underlines, italicized, could indicate Glenn Youngkin may be his nominee. I could be totally wrong. Anyway, tell me what you guys think.